I promised you that mining bibliographies was not cheating, but there is one thing that you should never do, and that is put a citation into your bibliography or into your research paper without having actually read that source yourself. In order to do that, you have to get from the citation to the actual full text. And now we're going to talk about how to do that. Let's try to track down some of these vampire sources. Let's say we want this article by Simpson. It was published in this same journal, Folklore. Here's how I would go about getting this full text online. First, I'm going to open up a new tab in Firefox by hitting Ctrl-T. Then I'll go to the library website, ucblibraries.colorado.edu. Then I'll do a title search in Chinook for the name of the journal. There are 10 things called folklore, and it's likely to be one of these called journal/serial. In fact, all of the journal/serial links are likely to get you to the same place. We see many options for finding the full text. Different sites have different years. This is when it's handy to look back at my other tab and double-check the publication information. The year is 2003. All of these have 2003, but I'll just pick ProQuest. And I get a list of issues. I'll just check my other tab again, and it looks like I need volume 114 starting on page 389. I'm guessing that page 389 will put us into issue 3. And I'm right. Here it is at number 6. I see a link to PDF full text, and there's the article. Now let's look for this article by Klanichai. It's published in a journal called Ethnologia Europea. All I have to do is type that title into a Chinook title search and... Oops, I spelled it wrong, but there it is. And it says, click here to order an electronic copy of an article from this journal, currently stored in our Pascal offsite facility. This is really cool. The university library building is not big enough to house everything that it owns, so they store a lot of the older stuff in the Pascal facility down in Denver. If you request a book from there, they'll send it here within 48 hours. If you request a journal article, somebody down there will scan it and email it to you within 48 hours. This is pretty slick. There's just one little problem. In this case, the university only had a subscription to this journal from 1967 to 1970, and the article we want is from 1987. So in this case, we're going to have to use interlibrary loan. It's almost the same as Pascal, except that it will have to come from another library. To get there, go back to Libraries Home, and then under Libraries and Departments, click on Interlibrary Loan. Just follow the instructions on this page to make an interlibrary loan request. Interlibrary loan is amazing, but there's one thing you need to remember about it, which I learned the hard way back in college. It takes a long time. So if you're doing your research the night before your paper is due, forget about interlibrary loan. But if you start far enough in advance, there's almost no source in the world that you can't get shipped to Boulder, Colorado free of charge. That's pretty amazing.